Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get into the main event of the evening. Faceless Esports taking on Belfast Storm, and it is coming at you live from COD Ireland. Welcome in, folks. Zepcast here. If you are just with us in our sponsored segment, thank you very much for joining in. But if you're new and you're only just checking out this game, welcome on in. Zepcast here for you to bring you live the action from the COD Ireland playoffs, as we have an immaculate game ahead of you today between these two teams. Should be an absolute bang out, one of the all-timers in the COD Ireland scene. One of the reasons why we run this, to see two top orgs, two top sets of players face off against each other in the number one seed from their group, Faceless Esports taking on Belfast Storm. Should be an absolutely cracking game. Faceless Esports, a top tier team, but Belfast Storm aside, a unit who have massively upgraded their roster since the previous season, now coming in trying to show that they mean business, and we'll see how far that meaning business will take you as we'll get ready to get underway with a cracker, a hugely intense series. And we're not going to spend too much time delaying, folks. We're going to take a look at the maps and modes we're going to be getting into in this broadcast. Map number one going to be your Vault Hardpoint, a common map being picked by a lot of the Irish players, so no surprises to see it in here. A map that relies on slaying, on the rotations, all of the above. The perfect middle ground of a map for teams where you need to be warm to dominate. So who will start off warmer? Next map is going to be none other than the Hacienda Search and Destroy. Should be a lot of fun watching them run around in this map, see how they can take advantage of these points. It's a love it or hate it type of map, divides a lot of opinion, but should be a fun game to watch none the least, as Devin comes in questioning why we call and commentate. This is the main event. True, Devin, you are a LAN champion. That was very silly of me to suggest this is the main event. Devin, you're the man. OTG, current LAN champions for COD Ireland. Granted, an exhibition event, but still we're able to pick up the sticks in person and get the job done. And of course, we'll be looking to do so again in future upcoming events, those of which to be announced sooner than you think. But map number 3 between these teams will be a protocol control. I'll be looking forward to see how protocols play between these two teams. I remember in the opening broadcast seeing the Belfast Storm organization do a lot of damage on this map, and they'll be looking to replicate that here. And if we make it to a map number 4, folks, we will be staying on a protocol, this time moving over towards the hard point. A great map if you like ARs. It's an interesting map for subs, unless you love to flank. But if you're a sub player, you should love to flank, so it shouldn't be too major of an issue. This is the final map. If we make it all the way, folks, map number 5 will be none other than a red card search and destroy. We've seen red card search and destroy in the previous broadcast already, so it'll be fascinating to see how these teams face off against it here, and if we'll see any different strategies compared to what we saw earlier in the broadcast. We had new follows coming in as well. We had Chadis coming in with the follow and CJ in with the follow as well. Massively appreciate you supporting COD Ireland, as we are actually on the road to 800 followers, getting closer and closer to that every day. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. As these teams are going to appreciate the support you show them, as we'll be getting ready to load into this map number 1 in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, and we'll get this underway shortly. Folks, we'll be getting this one underway in just a couple of moments as we were sorting out some lobby issues, but massively appreciate those who've been coming in with the follows and the prime sub as well, coming in from Neely. Appreciate you. Massive thank you. And Twist UK in with the follow as well, and B City all in with the follow. Massively appreciate all the support. You lads. Community never fails to let us down. On the way to 800 followers, growing slowly but surely. Big things coming from COD Ireland, and every little helps. Call us Tesco. Except we'll offer you way less than Tesco, but at a way better price. We'll give you nothing, but for free. Just kidding. We're providing entertainment. Some would disagree in that, but hey. Forever an optimist here is Zepcasts, as I believe we are nearly ready to go, if not ready. Let's check. Fingers crossed we are. Surfer, the game's the game. The reason you didn't get that prime sub, you just didn't beg for it hard enough. I'm groveling here. I am down on my hands and knees, begging for every little sub we can get. Just gotta beg for it more, Zurfer. Maybe it'll come your way. But for now, it's all ours. It's Belfast Storm coming in, gifting out the community sub, starting the hype train. You know things are popping when it takes 2 subs to start a hype train, but thank you very much to Belfast Storm being gifted out to the community to Brown Season. Belfast Storm coming in to check out their boys in action. Massive game for them. Let's see how they fare out. This map number 1 will be getting underway in just a minute. Final preparations are happening. Should be a terrific game between these two sides. Vault Hardpoint never fails to amaze me. Neither does the community. Again, thank you for the sub, the gift subs coming in, people showing their support. So we are surely just about ready to get underway. Or as I say that, there is, as a matter of fact, another lobby crash. Another lobby crash. Seriously. Why can't this Call of Duty hold a lobby for more than 20 seconds? I swear to God, I don't know. But we're trying to get in, folks. Don't panic. Or, well, panic a little bit. Just be a little bit panicky. A little bit jumpy. A little bit like, oh dear. It'll be understandable if you were. I believe all the information is right. We're straight back into a lobby that crashed, but my God, they got another one up quick. And I believe we're going. Oh my God, folks. We're actually loading in. Fingers crossed nothing breaks. This map number 1's getting underway. A Vault Hardpoint. Time to get in, get mixy. Get your shots going quickly. A good map to get warm on. It brings out the best in you positionally, slaying wise. Whether you're an AR or a sub, there's something for everyone on a Vault Hardpoint. And they are going to need to be perfect as a unit here. Greatness from small beginnings in the winners round 2. Still room in the losers, but neither wants to go there. The end of the game. The end of the game. They ended the game. From what can only be... from what I've seen, someone crashed on the side of Belfast Storm now. Oh my God! Oh my God. The lobbies are being very strange here, folks, is what we're being told. I believe a player did get kicked out from the side of Belfast. It was Faceless Esports who were having the problems, and there was a playlist update as we were getting ready to go into this lobby, perhaps causing issues, which we can only apologize for. I'm waiting to hear, because considering we're on a minute delay, I'm looking forward to looking over at the chat and seeing everyone crash out when a minute passes and they realize that we're not in the game. I will let the boys know maybe they should go for a full restart of the game. Been a playlist update. Well, you know, if anything, it just raises the tension even more. The eager anticipation of who we think is going to win this one. What do we think, by the way? I haven't pointed it out yet. I finally got it hung up, but we're going changing our wall soon, so it's not going to stay there for long. But look at the COD Ireland jersey. Look at it. It's nice. Buy one. Listen, I know it's tough in Northern Ireland, depending on where you are, to walk around with something that's very evidently tricolour. I understand why that may mean that your knees might get shattered, but, you know, if you're in the south, you're fine. You should buy one. Look at them. Look at them go. Aren't they beautiful? COD Ireland. You'd think I'd unfur the sleeves before showing you, but sure, why would I do that? Beautiful colours. Beautiful colours. And I want people to know, and I want my music to start again, first of all. I don't know why it just decided to stop. But I want people to know that we are hopefully releasing something for the COD Ireland community in regards to merch that is a bit more inclusive of people who wouldn't feel comfortable wearing a tricolour, shall we say, in certain areas. We understand it because, again, we joke about it, but we know that there's difficulty with that type of stuff in Northern Ireland, and, you know, it's important for us to be inclusive as well. So we're working on a small little drop that will come out soon that is a little more just inclusive colour-wise across the board for people, so that there shouldn't be an issue there where you can show your support for COD Ireland and not have colours potentially crashing you out, you know? It's something that a couple of our admins thought of to work on, and I think it's a terrific idea. Again, we want to embrace the colours, we want to embrace Ireland, but we also want to embrace Call of Duty, and we want to have a place where everyone feels like they can be a part of an Ireland community without feeling like they have to pledge allegiance to anything, if that makes sense. Bit of a long-winded way just to say we're doing something that's not coloured. Woo! Make sure to check out that when it does arrive. As you're getting ready to check out map number 1, we're getting ready to go. We're loading in. Map 1. Gonna be getting underway. Faceless Esports, Belfast Storm, we're finally here. It's only taken forever and a day, but we're finally loading in. Best of luck to both of these sides as we get this one underway. Or try to, at least. The game screen deciding it doesn't want to pop up as of yet. My apologies for that, folks. Why is the game deciding it doesn't want to pop up? I don't know, but that should be it fixed. There we go. Apologies for that. So far, Faceless Esports, or the Faceless Fruits, I haven't actually renamed that yet. I always forget that they changed their name, so forgive me while I do that right now. It'll only take a second. Faceless Fruit. Okay, and that should be updated. Apologies for that, folks. Not that they would care anyway, but I want to keep it up as accurate as possible, as so far it's been mostly Faceless on this point from what it seems. Jumpy. Not on it for long, though, as Belfast Storm trying to get pushed in, but this Faceless Fruits roster, again, a roster that very much wanted to go all the way and perhaps win it last time around, maybe feeling a little bit remiss of the fact that they weren't able to go all the way. As Faceless Fruits holding down these angles, powerhouse with a huge 3. As they have complete control of the map so far, Belfast Storm fighting out from the back. And oh my word, what am I seeing on my screen here? From Cyndaquil. Feeling a slightly different roster tonight as well, Faceless Fruits, unless Zappy maybe changed his username. Zappy apparently absent from the roster today, which could potentially be a benefit for Belfast Storm, given the level at which Zappy plays. The trades coming in, checkerboard a kill feed, but again, it's Faceless Fruits on top, and not even 2 points deep. Faceless Fruits and Cyndaquil 13 and 3 on an 8 streak. Disgusting display here. He gets ripped by Hognock. Belfast Storm with a shaky start, but plenty of time to regain. They may be getting massively outslayed, but only 40 points in the difference. That can be regained in no time. Hognock though in huge trouble. They don't have a read of the spawns properly as of yet. As Rin holding the angle. Gets taken out. Cyndaquil with another, though. 16 and 4. What am I seeing? This is crazy. I mean, they have the spawns on lock as well. Nearly with the beamers. But Bez doing enough. As Jumpy picking up the hip fire shots, managing to grab that one. And it has been insane from Faceless Fruits at the moment, who actually are spawning out, but Belfast Storm didn't realize that, and they sat and wait. As they will now look to get pushed up and try and break into this P4. It has been all Faceless Fruits. Belfast Storm have only had scraps to feed off and barely any as of that, as Cyndaquil picks up another. And the nades come through. Cyndaquil jolting left and right. Putting bullets into everyone where he can. As it's another cleanup. Quinn managing to pick up one before Rin gets the job finished. And this is an annihilation. Jumpy on the point. Melvin trying to get round the back. And he picks up one. Picks up the second. Melvin fighting for the scrap for Belfast, who have been massively outslayed in this first set of rotations, but not too far down. They fought for the scrap well to keep them in it, but if they can't turn their fortunes around, this is going to be a long but very short evening for Belfast, who will find themselves in the losers bracket otherwise. Another 3. Rin with 2. This is a savage display from the Faceless Fruits. Jumpy with another. Powerhouse with 1. And it's just another 3, and this is decimation. What's scary about the way that Faceless Fruits are playing as well is that whatever about the slaying out, they're doing it in such a controlled manner where they have so much control of the points. But in saying that, Belfast Storm have carved arguably their first opening at the beginning of a point. Now, how long can they hold on for being able to play from a stronger position, down from the front, and Powerhouse just taken out in the back spawn? So Belfast are fighting for those spawns. As Rin just in the point, playing the whole Belfast Storm. We're just pushed out of this point, and now 100 points in the difference. It's Melvin with the 3, though. Hold up, Melvin. Where's this been all games? Hognock picks up another, and Belfast Storm once again being able to fight for a good 15 at least of scrap, which has been the only thing keeping them in this map, has been their ability to kind of lock in and be able to lock down some scrap and not have any completely clean holes against them. But Callum Inch in with the follower as well. In with the follow, should I say. Thank you very much. Massively appreciate the follows coming through. Bez trying to get a bit of mid-control. Was already weak. Rin with the slide. Was able to get the job done. Like, I gotta go and highlight him again. He's once again just going to go up top, pick up another. And 25 and 10 is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Picking up another, and these AR shots are just next level, honestly. Again, a roster vying to win the COD Ireland League after a disappointing season from them last season. Cyndaquil with 1. Picking up another. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting to watch. He is a... This is This is insanity to watch. Cyndaquil, I have not seen this name before on broadcast. But he is so good. He is so good. He's playing off the backs of his teammate really well. And on a Merciless now, making it 11. How far can he go? 12. Oh my word. 100 points nearly in the difference now. Cyndaquil, he times the jump out perfectly. This is insane. He drops I don't know what I think was a 15 on his way to a damn Merciless, baby. Or on a nuke. Halfway nearly. A key component of putting the dagger in the backs of the side of Belfast Storm on this map, number 1. Who other than a few moments have never been able to get out of the races. Jumpy and Rin. Flying for a couple. Belfast Storm picking up a few. Back on the point. Not going to get 100 point clubbed. As Faceless Fruits will come away from this map having one of the best streaks of kills. I think probably the longest we've ever had on broadcast in what was a 14 or a 15 again. Someone can remind me. And Hawk knock out with the push. The deficit just back to just over 100 points as Belfast Storm rotate out. Rin round the back. Hawk knock in trouble on the point. Rin with 1. Cyndaquil is on a 40. There's levels to this game. He's been made weak. They're trying to do him and eventually get him. The trades though. Being a Belfast Storm, they're getting close. Can they make the break? They can't. Powerhouse for 2. Rin with 1. Jumpy with 1. It's been cleared. And it's been clear for a while. Who's going to take this map number 1? None other than Faceless Fruits. Who take map 1. 150 to 103. In a truly dominant display. 250 to 103. I'll tell you something. I knew that this Faceless roster was good. I knew they were very good. I had no idea that they were that good. Cyndaquil, 40 and 14 to finish. 37 non-traded kills. The majority of the kills simply his own, as he made that map his own. He made Belfast Storm his own. As a confident victory for the side of map 1 means that Belfast Storm are going to be left chasing to try and even it up in a search and destroy. Long way back for them here. A heavy loss. Can they pull it back? We'll find out in just a few moments. It's map number 2. Going to get underway in just a moment. Straight in. Map number 2. No messing around from these sides. They want to continue this one quickly. Faceless Fruits on the push. The nade being cooked. Cyndaquil 1. Quinn with the trade. 3v3. There's a great moment for Belfast Storm to be able to reset things a little bit. They were out of their depth map 1, looking to change their fortunes. They're on the chase. Rin's been dropped. It's all up to Powerhouse. 1 versus 3. Powerhouse, he gets dropped. Belfast Storm regain with the first round to themselves. Great round for Belfast Storm. Faceless made a statement map number 1. Belfast Storm had to regain. Had to show they meant business, and they do. If they can get 2 rounds now, they might give us a bit of a series here between them and Faceless Fruits. Because that map number 1, I don't think it was down to Belfast Storm's lack of ability. It was sheerly just the quality of which Faceless Fruits were playing at. I mean, some of the plays, I've never seen anything like it. As Melvin picks up a first blood. And was it 2 first bloods? I don't actually remember the last round. The last round was an insta-trade anyway. Belfast Storm have the advantage. They're going to get this bomb down. Melvin has spotted them cross, but he's been made weak. He needs to get out of here. As he's going to get Child on the wide, and he gets taken out. Jumpy and Powerhouse pick up 1. Jumpy gets another, and all of a sudden it's all up to Quinn in the 3v1. He is just hiding. Bomb not being defused yet. It is now. He goes for the check. He doesn't get the finish. But the timings, it throws him off. So close, yet so far. The timing's just completely not working in his favor there. And the defuse means Faceless will even it up. The Faceless Fruits winning that round well. Belfast Storm, I think making a mistake in playing the bomb side itself. Because I think on the 1v1s, the individual Faceless Fruits have the advantage. So Belfast Storm, I think, will benefit from playing a little bit more creddy and playing in such a way where Faceless Fruits don't know where to look. Whereas when you have the bomb down, people know where to look against you, which is not an advantage you want to give the side of Faceless. As Bryn picks up 1. They're going to go for the quick B plant. And with the positions being held, is it back to the status quo after a shaky start from Faceless? 3v3, bomb is down. Faceless Fruits go for the split. Jumpy with 1. Bez with 1. 1 versus 2. Faceless in trouble. Rin with 1, but the trade in, and Bez is going to be able to get the defuse. That is a huge round for Belfast. Every round's a huge round for Belfast at this point. Progressing onwards. Round number 4. Jumpy with 1. First blood once again, but Bez with the trade out. 5-1. Bez has had a terrific start for this Belfast Storm side. He's gonna need to keep this up. Rin and Jumpy trying to find the picks. Hawk Knox picked up the bomb. Again, I think learning from their mistakes, not being too quick to get this bomb down this time around. Are going to go for it though. But if Jumpy peeks the window, they're in trouble. The B check will come in as his bomb does go down. And the pinch is going to come either side. Rin gets horrific timing. Bez is there for the read. Now up to Jumpy. Checking each and every corner. Going to slide through for one. He's been made weak. He doesn't even get the one. Terrific angles watch from Belfast Storm as another round goes their way. And Faceless Fruits trailing here. Again, with the kills being traded. Just like that, Faceless Fruits left in a 1 versus 3. And Belfast Storm have found a rhythm here. Again, the shots are crisp from Faceless Fruits, but they are not getting the positioning against Belfast Storm, who are just taking the fight to them. And just like that, the Storm has finally arrived to switch it up a gear. Faceless Fruits are trailing as Belfast Storm on their way to hitting that cruise control button through this map. Belfast Storm with the bomb once again going to go on the push. How will Faceless Fruits be able to defend? First blood. Bez with 2. He's catching the timings. As he gets traded eventually by Powerhouse, but that bomb's going to go down at A again. Belfast Storm are feeling themselves confidence-wise. That's the only round that Faceless Fruits have picked up was through a break and a defuse. There's been no confident rounds for them yet. This Storm side not going down without a fight. As Belfast Storm win another round. And 1 round away from taking a map from Faceless Fruits. Ladies and gents, kind of throwing the old rule book out of the handbag here, as I don't think anyone would have predicted this going into this map. But if you watch that map number 1, the level of the performances on display. Stark contrast between these teams. Granted, things can go differently in a search and destroy, but we are seeing a night and day display here. Belfast Storm take on Faceless Fruits. And remember, folks, as well, the COD, or the Marvel Strike Force thing that is pinned there, every download helps out COD Ireland. Every level you reach helps out COD Ireland for raising funds for our events, as Faceless Fruits get a big 2 to begin with. And they're going to go on to this B site. Belfast Storm are going to hit from both sides. And if you're enjoying, please make sure to follow the channel. Sub if you can. Anything to show support to COD Ireland. Hawknock with 1. Melvin and Hawknock, hold on just a minute. A 2v4 has now turned into a 1v1. Powerhouse versus Melvin. Potentially for the map. How's your nerve? Faceless Fruits need to plant. Melvin just needs to hold his nerve. But will he check behind him? He's going to get horrendous timing. Oh my god, they both missed each other. No, he comes back up. He didn't miss him. And that timing ends up being horrendous for the side of Belfast Storm. But a lifeline for Faceless Fruits to get around. Powerhouse must have just caught him on the cross, because it didn't even look like he instantly turned. Round number 8. Faceless Fruits finally winning a round. After what has been a 4-round stomper from Belfast Storm in a row. Rin with first blood, Powerhouse with another Cyndaquil. And hang on a minute. Have they been holding out on us though? As Bez picks up 2, he needs to get rotated out. And he does. Bombs down though. Bez needs the ace. They know bombs down. They can see it peeking through the roof. That is so unfortunate. That is... or is it peeking through the roof? Do they know? I don't think they know. I think they're just playing back to back. I thought it was peeking through the roof. I think it was just the angle. It's just the camera in the roof. Thought it had glitched through the ceiling. The bomb picked up, but they heard it. They heard that bomb get picked up. Disgusting plays. He holds his nerve. Hops out. What are the timings like for the spot? They're not good. As Faceless Fruits now with 2 in a row. They hit what's arguably a lot of people would call the 5-3 curse. Once you make it to 5-3, if you're in the lead, you should feel a little bit scared, especially playing against a side like Faceless, who maybe took their foot off the gas pedal, will be trying to lock it in. A Sigma dude called Callum, or Max. Why did I think it was Callum? This is Max, first time chatter. Welcome in, my friend. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Thanks for the follow as well. Massively appreciate you. Jumpy with another first blood. These first bloods have just stopped for Belfast, and it's been Bez that's been taken out as well. The player who's been carrying them through. Hawk Knock with the shots not popping off. Oh no. They're following now. I think they were having a bit of fun with Belfast Storm here. It's now a 3v1. It's all up to Melvin. And Faceless Fruits take another round. These rounds are getting easier and easier for the side of Faceless, who either weren't giving it their all until when needed, or have just found their groove at the perfect time. But it does look like Belfast are now running out of answers. So close yet so far could be the story once again for this side. Round number 10. On board with Belfast, as they'll try to storm their way towards A. Push underneath. And the first blood is going to be huge, and it's Bez I'm looking at, but he's playing in such a reserved position. Somehow stunned from up top. So unfortunate. It's now Jumpy. Maybe going to jump down. Hawk Knock with the first blood. There you go. Belfast, this is your chance. Take it. That's Quinn. Watching mid. Bez with another. Jumpy with 1. Jumpy needs a second. He gets it. 2 versus 2. 25 seconds. Rin and Jumpy. It's all up to you. Jumpy's in one shot. He rotates out. Rin's been taken out. Jumpy's in trouble. Jumpy has to go on the chase. He doesn't have time though. Dodging and weaving. Belfast Storm. They've run the clock. No. No. Oh, that was so close. But Belfast Storm take a map from Faceless Esports. 6-4. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands. The chal from Melvin was risky. If that kill came through from Rin, there was time for the defuse. But he risked it, and it worked out. Belfast Storm coming away with the map. It looked like it was going to be easy at one point. And Faceless Fruits very much reminded them who they are. And it got a little scary. It got a little ropey. But the side of Faceless Fruits now having to continue the fight here into at least a map 4. Both of these teams will do. And ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We get prepped for map 3. It'll be underway in just a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Map number 3 about to get underway on Protocol Control. Faceless Fruits dominating map number 1, Belfast Storm, shocking us all with a near dominant performance on map 2 until Faceless Esports made things a little bit mixy, proving that no matter how far ahead you are against them, you can never let up. With Belfast Storm, they found a way into this series. How long can they stay there as we go on board? Push coming through from Faceless Fruits on the defensive side to begin with. Powerhouse at 1, Melvin at 1, Hognock at 1. Blades being cooked from Rin, no hits. He's just holding his position. He's got an angle on so much there. Did he disconnect or something? He was standing suspiciously still. On board. And yes, I had a feeling something was up there, as that lobby is going to be ended. For whatever the reason may be. Technical difficulties plaguing the players once more. As we'll look to reset and regain here to get ourselves into this map number 3. Should hopefully only take a second to get this issue fixed, as we'll get underway very quickly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a sec. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The reload of map number 3. Or so we thought. For the love of Christ. What's going on with the game? Another disconnect. Crashing rings round us. Was the game just not working, it seemed, at the moment for particular players? I believe that is the second time he's lagged out. We'll try to get him back in so we can get this one underway. What is, as said, a massive game between these two sides. He is already back in. So should be able to get this one underway once more pretty quickly. Let's see if we get loaded in. We are loading in. The players eagerly anticipating being able to get in, folks. But I'm at the stage at the moment where... Let's see if they actually get in before we transition over, because I've been selling everyone a dream. I've been giving everyone's hopes up just a little bit too much for my liking. So let's see what the play is. We're in. Is everyone in? We will see. Okay. We seem to be good. As this one gets underway, Belfast Storm dropping a few lives early on. Already at risk at the back spawn here. Jumpy. Gonna pick up another. Bez, though, with the trade. Bez with another. Been a standout player for this Belfast Storm side. Hawk knock with one. Trying to get pushed out. They're picking up the kills, but not really picking up any real positioning yet. The middle still yet to be run. Syndiquil picks up one. Rin with another. Quintorius gets one before getting dropped. And Syndiquil already on a 5. He pushes around, gets taken out by Bez on the underside. And Bez picking up another. Trying to get a bit of control. One tick down today. 20 to 20 on lives. Things could definitely be worse. But again, this mid-control has been few and far between. But as they go for the second tick, it looks like Faceless Fruits are actually going to try and regain towards B instead of pushing through this mid. So fascinating that they've played this, although Rin with the flank. Hello, Faceless Fruits. All of a sudden with the 4. And did Belfast Storm think they had that point? The turn going through if he'd won that one, my goodness. But Hawknock picking up the kill. 2 ticks gone a day. They'll have one more chance to get moved up. But they will have a player towards A, which they have not seen as of yet. But Hawknock is going to feel him from the back. As Quinn picks up 2 to try and get moved towards this point. Stop this clock. 9 versus 14. Still very much a chance for at least another tick. And even if they can get a wave of kills to make this interesting. Huge 2. Hello. They'll get this A. 9 versus 12. Again, the round may not be theirs. But an A tick, an A done is very better than just 2 ticks. Very better, that sentence. Well done. Good, good, Zep. Good English. You do good. As 7 versus 11. Powerhouse gets the kill on the peak. Quintorius taken out. Rin. Is Melvin working his way around the sides? Going to get the spot. Will he get the kill, though? How did he lose that? Sorry, that calls for just a little bit of a... Where are we? Where are we? Been waiting to use that on broadcast for a while, and I'm finally glad I finally got the opportunity. Probably been way better times I could have used it, but, you know... What can I say? I forget I have these things, as Melvin with the push gets taken out. Faceless Fruits. Another round. Well, the first round, really, but you get the point. Faceless Fruits. Wasn't comfortable for them. Belfast Storm are giving them a game here. I think they'll be happy enough with how they defended that point. Moving on to round 2. Belfast Storm. Now on the easier side. Needing to try and make it a good side for them. 3 ticks is what they got on the offense. Need to try and make it less for Faceless Fruits. Faceless Fruits already with a 2. Bez in trouble from the wide. He gets taken out by Powerhouse. As now Cyndaquil moves towards the point. And already this mid-control, they get so far pushed up, Faceless. But Hawknock picking up a great kill down the lane. Again, just stopping Faceless from getting that complete control. They're always just 1 kill away from getting it, it seems. As Bez playing up top, he's using the zip. Going up and down. He's searching for something. But he doesn't know what. It's very deep, very impactful. Moving, as a matter of fact, is another wave from Faceless means that Cyndaquil picks up that one. That they will have that A point as quick as you like in 20 to 26. Things are not looking good for Belfast Storm. Already a tick gone on this B point. Powerhouse with 2. Quintorius picking up 1 alongside Bez. Trying to get pushed out with a nade from Rin and the kill. Once again, Belfast Storm struggling in the respawn side of things against this side. Two ticks gone, or tick and a half gone at B, was about to be 2. They are holding on for dear life. Quain with 1. They're getting it clear. 5 ticks gone now. They do not want to drop this round. So much time left though. Lives pretty even. If Belfast Storm can get into the spawn, they can do the damage, but you Cyndaquil rotated out, who's going to look to do a lot of damage from this position, and does with 1. And he's just going to rotate out, go back underneath, play Creddy. And these timings have worked out beautifully for Cyndaquil, who picks up the second. Will he check up top? He doesn't. Hawknock with the kill. Nearly getting the second. But now that top's been cleared, Faceless again, they have the time and the lives to push again. Belfast Storm have to play perfect from here on in to rescue this round, but Jumpy with 2, Cyndaquil at 1 means it's a 3 down. Hawknock, the last left alive, but not for long. He's dropped. The stack gonna come in, and Belfast Storm losing another round. Faceless Fruits 2-0 up. And this control looking like it could be a relatively quick one. Round number 3. Belfast Storm have a lot to do to rescue this map. And potentially have a lot to do to rescue this series, with a hard point coming up next that certainly will not favour them, comparatively at least, to how Faceless Fruits look to be playing. As it's another first 2 for Faceless, who just are another level on the respawn. In Search and Destroy, it can be anyone's on anyone's day, really. Which is why you have to give credit for Belfast Storm for taking advantage of being able to play that way on the non-respawn. But when it comes to respawn, there does seem to be a little bit of a gulf in class, at least on display here this evening, between these two sides. As Melvin takes down Cyndaquil. Hawknock with 1, Powerhouse with the trade. Belfast Storm at least get a tick on A. They're double stacked, giving themselves a chance. Cyndaquil peeking wide, Going to pick up one as Powerhouse, also cleared from the center. The way they push as a team as well is just immaculate to watch. It's funny, watching Faceless Fruits is reminding me why I don't want to ever try and be that good, because I love playing Call of Duty, I love playing ranked, and I've always wanted to try and get to a high level, and it's watching some of the plays and some of the accuracy of Faceless Fruits just reminds me why I don't want to reach that level. Or should I say I'd love to reach that level, but I do not have it in me to have that grind and that level of dedication. The push coming through. Melvin with a huge kill. Hello. A wipe means a trip stack onto this A, which means they'll have the point. And at 14 to 17, again, I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen stranger things. Not the show. I actually haven't seen the show Stranger Things. Is it any good? Or is it overhyped? Let me know in the chat. Feels like something that's a little overhyped from me outside looking in. And again, as someone who's a big fan of 80s culture, it never particularly appealed to me. I don't particularly like the actors or the... I mean, it just looks okay. It looks okay, you know. It's not called out to me yet. But maybe someday. Maybe I'll watch it when the finale comes out. I know these are the things you're really interested in here. It's not the game. It's what are you watching on TV, Zepcasts? What do you watch? I like The Rookie, Nathan Fillion. That's what I like to watch. People are going to be screaming at me if they think that I think that that's better than you know, Stranger Things, but that's my hot take. 4 to 10 now in lives. Melvin picking up one, making it 4 to 8, trying to orchestrate one last push, but just not having the lives to do it, barely having the time to do so. However, they're giving it a right good go here as Melvin with the shots, nearly picking that up, but another 2, make it 3 from, you guessed it, Cinder Quill. It's going to be enough for Faceless Fruits to take map number 3, 3-0, and once again potentially put the series right in the palm of their hands. A map where Belfast Storm again gave it a go, had moments, but never enough to break through the consistent control of Faceless Esports, to walk away with map number 3. And there's one map away from taking the series, as we will be going back into Protocol this time for the hardpoint. So bad omens for Belfast Storm, who look nearly certain to drop into the losers bracket. But of course, only time will tell. Maybe they can shock us all and take us to a map 5. Don't go anywhere. It's map number 4 when we get underway in just a moment. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 4. And Faceless Fruits with the clean wipe to get onto the point already. Looking incredibly strong here. Apologies there, folks. I had something distract me there. An important message came through. As we focus back into the game, Faceless Fruit's got a clean wipe on that P1. I've been holding ever since. Now the rotation to P2 on its way. Cyndaquil once again continuing to dominate. Belfast Storm rotating onto the point, but struggling with mid control as Jumpy picks up another Rin with one through the back spawns as well. Hawknock picks up one low, but Cyndaquil's there for the trade. And just like that, the presence of Belfast Storm has been taken out once again, although hitting it from the back spawn area, Belfast Storm. Again, some teams do not like to be put in the back spawn on P2. But they were able to break in for a while, but then of course not having that mid control means that you just get flooded through. And Faceless Fruits seem to be having a field day when it comes to these respawns. And watching this side in respawns, especially on that vault, I really do think that they're a side, at least respawn-wise, that are probably the best in the league right now. Again, I'm open for that to be proven wrong. But you wait for moments to try and, you know, try and seek out who you think might be champions. And you wait for those games to have it be a moment that stands out to you, that they could be champions. And to be honest, Faceless Fruits are given that level of performance here in this series, bar that second map. When it comes to the respawns, they are clinical. They are ruthless. A Cyndaquil on the 3 streak. Defending now this P3 alongside his brothers in arms. Hops up mid for 1, for 2, and Jumpy making a 3, and Cyndaquil on a 5. Reading the spawns to a T. Make it 6. Make it 7. This man doesn't miss. He knows someone went wide as well from the tower. He does so much with the information he gets. And honestly, we need Cyndaquil cam, honestly, because watching him play and his level of knowledge and where to look and the read of the spawns and the accuracy of the shots is a beauty to behold as he eventually gets dropped after going on an 8 streak. Hognock, Quinn, Torius, Melvin for a couple. Powerhouse, though, taking out Quinn. Melvin with the pre-fires outside. Trying to buy every inch they can, Belfast Storm here, which a good time in this P4 does pull them back into this one. And for all the dominance of Faceless Fruits, it could be null and void on this point, but they're already getting ready to break in here as Melvin will pick up one, nearly getting the second, but of course it's none other than Big Cyndaquil who breaks in. Hawknock with 2. Bez, though, with the trades. And Belfast Storm are doing a great job here with the checkerboard kill feeds, it has to be said. For a lot of map number 1, they were struggling to get on the top end of them. It was always 3-1s or 3-2s that they weren't winning. But Belfast Storm have been rescuing this map by being on the top end of a lot of 3-2s. Which, again, it feels like they have been utterly dominated on this map. Melvin 5-11. Quintorius 3-17. A disastrous KD to have. But only 30 points behind, which is a testament to how Belfast Storm are playing tactically to keep themselves in this game. They're playing the numbers to give themselves the opportunity to come back into it, but they need to get that KD boosted a little bit more if they want a good chance. But a map that is so favourable to AR presence, Quinn running that sub was always going to struggle if his ARs couldn't lock down the lanes effectively. A map combination that just works so well for AR presence as Melvin with a huge 2. The point being contested nearly with the 3, but it's always Cyndaquil. Getting not just the 1, but the 2. He's always there. With those breaks, with those moments, when you think Belfast Storm have just found a road in, it's Cyndaquil that retains control for a side. Double positive again, 20-10. As the lead now for Faceless Fruits, double that of Belfast Storm. Spez kills up top, just trying to control in and around. Be a great area to control this top to try and, you know, get some sort of mid presence. But again, with Faceless Fruits recognizing the importance of it, they're just not giving it to Belfast Storm. And God, this guy just pop shots everyone. I mean, he's laser, and he's been a fascinating player to watch, Cyndaquil. In terms of just the use of the AR and being able to pick up both weapons and the snaps, I mean, he has been, I think, truly for me a next level player to watch. No, if he had won that, I was going home. I am home. But I was gonna stay here, you know, as opposed to not being home. Very easy to go home when you are home. You just continue at whatever you're doing. Bez trying to pick up one, but it's Cyndaquil. He's so gunny. He takes out Jumpy as well. Anyone can get it. 25 and 12. Make that 13. As Melvin takes him out. Hawk Knock rotating up from underneath. Belfast Storm. The KD. Woeful. But one hill changes everything for this side. Which at a point makes you call into question the usefulness of the kills that Faceless Fruits are picking up. It's been so methodical. It's been so ruthless. But to be so dominant and only be 40 seconds ahead from that feels really underthought out, unless they are just playing to slay because they think they have this game in the bag, which I think would be an underestimation of Belfast Storm. Are they toying with their food a little bit too much here in the stat padding, or is it just that Belfast Storm are doing a great job of keeping in it? Again, they leave that old time, but they had it if they wanted it. 10 seconds. They grabbed some of it there. They could have had 10 seconds to, again, keep the gap at 40 points. And tell me, you know, people who are watching, have you ever seen such a large kill disparity of a game in terms of KDs, but with such a little points count difference? Melvin, shooting to the sky, fighting for every chance, every nook and cranny. They're in trouble here, though. Weak on the point. The contest coming in, and the swoop from Rin may have this point Finn. Vito season. Cyndaquil, what a name. Man of culture. I think an apt name for him would be Adderall, the way he's absolutely slaying out here. I mean, dropping a 40 bomb on map 1. 30 bomb already here on map 4. Let him cook with his grenade as he throws it out. Sits on the point here, Rin. Trying to hold on. Cyndaquil with another 2. Shocker. Grass is green, the sky is blue, and Cyndaquil with a 2. He gets another. He gets another. He gets another. This is insane. It is actually insane to watch. One of the all-time performances, I think, from a series we've ever seen in the COD Ireland League. I genuinely feel okay in saying that. A 15 kill streak on map 1 to go 40 and 14. His kill streak was more than the deaths he had in map 1. Alright? Decent in the search and destroy. Part of a dominant unit in the control. And then back in form for the hard point, where he's going to actually seemingly beat his max kills from map number 1. It is a privilege to watch him. It's scary to watch him. And I think if any other team in this division is looking to have the beatings of Faceless Esports, if they want to claim themselves as Ireland's champions, then they need to take a long, hard look at trying to stop Cyndaquil. 41 now. 42. He's on the 7. More streaks than dirty underwear. He makes it 8. He spots another. But here comes the Hellstorm raining down from above. Only 20 points needed for Faceless Fruits now as the result feels inevitable. But I will point out, as he gets another 3, but I will point out what I've been talking about for so long. For so much of this game, that Faceless Fruits, for the amount that they are slaying and dominating on the KD, should be doing far better score-wise of the game. And it's credit to Belfast Storm for keeping themselves in it. But you would think Faceless Fruits would have been able to 100-point club Belfast with a KD like this. Unless they've been playing for the KD. Which is a fair enough strategy when you can play like this, but they're doing something wrong, Faceless Fruits, if they're not winning more convincingly with a KD like that. I think it is fair to say. Cyndaquil with 1. Cyndaquil with 2. Cyndaquil vying for the 50. as Rin gets in for one. Hawk Knock chasing down around the point. But Powerhouse picks up one. Powerhouse with two. Cyndaquil hits the 50. Makes it 51. In what is one of the all-time great performances in the COD Ireland League. Is now topping it off with one of the highest kills in the COD Ireland League. As Faceless Fruits take your map number 4, 250 to 174. And win this series 3-1. Cyndaquil, a dominant, consistent force. A wrecking ball through the side of Belfast Storm. As Faceless Esports take the series 3-1. Massive congratulations to them. Commiserations to the side of Belfast Storm. I put in one hell of a fight. And to be honest, given the KD disparities as we talked about, should not have been in that one. As much as they were. But they played a great search and destroy. They came close in a lot of the rounds in Protocol. Do not let the 3-0 fool you. But on the hard points, were nothing short of outclassed. And done a great job to keep into it as well as they did in that Protocol hard point. Had no right to have the score as close as it was. But it was a testament to the way they played together as a team, how they handled the scrap, how they rotated around, playing from the back foot. Still making the most they could out of that series. Zappy is Cyndaquil. Zappy! I think you may have just taken the crown of the all-time greatest performance in the COD Ireland League. From a single player in a series. I think that title has to go to you, my friend. An all-timer, folks. What a terrific game to watch. From each map, each round, each series was so much fun here this evening, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. A lot of fun. Thank you everyone as well who has tuned in and watched. It's been so great to finally get these two teams live on broadcast as well. The broadcasts have been iffy around this season due to a lot of technical errors on my end, but trying to wrap it up, making up for it with the playoffs, and finally getting Faceless Fruits, Belfast Storm on broadcast. And what a terrific series it was to watch. Wish I got to catch more of these games from these teams throughout the course of the season. But hopefully going to see plenty more of them through the playoffs, as Faceless Fruits will move on now to the winners final, whereas Belfast Storm will have a bit of a run to go in the losers round of things if they want to come back around. But you have a very strong roster in OTG and Flux to contend with as well. Belfast Storm and Faceless Fruits, arguably your top 4 so far throughout the entirety of Division 1. Only 2 of them can make it to the grand finals, so this is where things really begin to heat up. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to leave it there. I really do hope you enjoyed. Again, thanks everyone so much for coming in. Zappy making montages, exactly, Melvin. He really was. And honestly, that's what Vito says as well. Belfast Storm outslayed, but points wise, we're in it fair play. That's exactly what it is. I mean, they done so well to keep themselves into it, given the kill disparity. It was really, really good. And exactly, Belfast Storm would have won if they had downloaded hashtag Marvel Strike Force, hashtag GAD. Remember, folks, if you want to support COD Ireland, check in the pinned post. You can download Marvel Strike Force. You can download Marvel Strike Force, folks. If you want to get that downloaded, it does help support COD Ireland. Again, we've already raised over €100 from people downloading the game, playing the game, and it could be a #1 source of funding for us being able to run these ad campaigns throughout our streams, to be able to bring you more stuff in regards to the leagues, more tournaments, maybe even free-to-play tournaments, cool events to do around outside and IRL things, and also LAN stuff, of which we'll be announcing more on very, very soon. More on, that's me. But folks, thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you maybe tomorrow. If there's a stream going tomorrow, if we have enough games tomorrow, we'll run it back. But if not, probably Wednesday. And if not then, probably Thursday. We'll be live this week. That's the point. We'll be live a lot this week, as the Season 2 rounds out this week. And we'll have the COD Warzone tournament running at the Saturday as well, along with some huge announcements around Season 3 and the future of COD Ireland coming, hopefully, in the next 5 days. Until then, take care. We'll see you soon.